Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have a Naruto drawing versus Naruto versus Pain. So landscape orientation, use a pencil, hit pause if I go too fast. Pain coming in from this side, Naruto coming in from this side. Side view on both of them, so not too bad. Right, so we're going to just start over here with Pain's nose. So it's kind of like a letter L, kind of a diagonal sort of letter L. So we're about on the halfway line, right? So just about here. And we're over on the right hand side for Pain, left hand side for Naruto. And their elbows are kind of about to touch in the middle. So let's go. Diagonal down like so. And then curve it around the top. And bring it back in. So kind of like a letter L, just going that way. But like not sort of a point on the corner. Round is what you're going for. So his brow goes up to his headband, just up here. Small little bit like that. So it kind of makes this sort of lightning sort of shape. So then his top lip come down like so. And then this is going to go in like that. And then we'll bring it back out. Go back in for his bottom lip. And then we'll go straight down like that towards his chin. And then this is going to curve around the bottom of his chin into here. Right, so that's the outline of his head, of his face. So then we have a nostril just about here, like so. And then coming up the bridge of his nose, we have 3 studs, you know, those piercings, those kind of things that he has going through him. So about 3 of them. So let's see. So say 1 here, 1 there, and 1 down here. So his eye is just sort of here, right? Oh, I forgot, sorry, his lip. So a line just for his mouth, just here. Straight across. And then his eye, so we just do sort of like an arrow pointing this way, like just like a diagonal sort of triangle kind of thing. So it goes from here back down, like so. So pointing that way. And it's above these metal pieces going through his nose. That's the thing to remember. That's where you want to put it. And then his eye just inside. So we have the Renegan. So we do a line for the outside. We do a curved line going the opposite way. And then 1 or 2 going down inside like that. And then his pupil will just be in here. So he's frowning, so what you got to do is bring a line just up underneath his headband. So it's like, comes right out from his brow, just here. And it goes up, like so. And it's a bit, it goes up under his headband, so it's not that long. So it's like, stops a bit there. And then we have an eyelid line coming across here. And you can thicken up his eyelash sort of lines just there if you wanted. Like so. So then his headband, right? So this is like the front of his brow, right? So his headband is just here. So it's gonna come across here, like so. Come all the way across his head. real far. Goes right to the back of his head, the back of his skull back here, and his ear is like in here. I know it looks like it's way too long, but it's actually, this is the distance you want to do it, right? So this will come join down for his cloak. That's going across his chin, like this. And then in here, we have his sideburns for his hair. So just a couple of spikes just here. This will go back up. And then we have his ear just in this side. So we're going to curve this around for his ear, like there. And then we have sort of some bones and ligaments and some piercings inside, right? So the inside lines for his ear just here, and like sticks out like this, goes down like that. And then, so inside his ear we have that bar that runs down through it, down like this. And then it comes out the top as well. So it comes out here. And then we have a couple of piercings on the sides of his ear. So say like one here, kind of wrap around his ear. Now they can be black or dark grey, so it's up to you really. One there. Another one here. And maybe you can see like a bit of a one down here. And of course this thing is dark black inside as well. Or dark grey, depending on how you're colouring. And we might have another ear line just in here as well. I guess these should be, I should make these black as well. So then, let's see. So the rest of his headband up the front. So this comes up for the fabric, and then we bump out a little bit for the metal plate, just here. And this will come around inside. It's kind of shorter than what we're used to, because we can see just the side of it. Like there, and you'll have some little curved lines just for the studs that are holding it on. And then we can see some, the scratch line, maybe that's all we can probably see, I'd say. You might see one of the rain symbols, like, but not a lot. And then his hair, so it's coming out from above the headband, so that the line for the top of the headband is just here, like that. And then we have some hair spikes coming back this way. Remember guys, use your pause button if I'm going too fast. That's what we got so far. This comes up to like there. Another one spiking down that way. Up here. Back there. Back up. And then this will go all the way back down. So like there. And then the rest of his hood is going to go up like so, and it kind of wraps in around behind his hair here, so he has like maybe another hair spike just coming in here, and probably some of his headband actually finishes here. So this is hair spike and a bit of a headband thing in there. And then the rest of his hair will go up and around his head, so we'll go spiking this way. So this is going to go up and around to these guys at the front. So there's like one right here, one here, right? And then you can go from here or here. So it's probably easier to go from the front maybe. So And yeah, that's his hair really. And then the back of his hood is going to come down like this. And then I'll travel off the side of my page there. And then the front of that is going to be back here. So it's going to go, let's see. So yeah, so that's like, and then the front should be, so like kind of wraps under, goes under his chin. And then it's going to travel like this for the top part of that Akatsuki hood, and then it's going to go down all the way. Like that. And his other arm's coming out here and he's holding one of those bars. So let's see. We'll finish like I guess the shading and stuff. So he's got that red line that comes down the whole way down his jacket. So it's like here. Comes out to there. Curves back in. Of course, this is all going under the bar. The bar is like here somewhere, but we'll draw this in and we can erase it later on. So this comes down to like there. And this will keep going all the way. Like that. And then the other side of this comes down like so. Bring it down. Following that edge shape. Same sort of shape, same line. And then we can see some of those clouds. So those red and white clouds. So just curving around here. You just see the top of them. Like that. So he's holding a stick. So it's like, we'll do the fist. And the stick is like coming out here. So the stick, so like his thumb is right underneath his nose here. So the stick, say, comes out like just here. Right, this way. So it's like pretty much that's where the stick starts. You know, or the metal bar, whatever you like to call it. And it kind of moves, it goes this way. Kind of bumps a little bit. It's not perfectly straight. And then at the end, it'll go diagonal this way. And then back up like this, because it has a sharp end on it, cut off. And then the other side will go like that. And of course you can get rid of this in here. Right, so then his hand has to be holding this area then. So it's going to come up the top of his knuckles going diagonal this way. And we'll do the top knuckle. So we're going to go down in bump stages. 1 knuckle, 2, smaller one here, and then down around first small finger there. So 1, 2, 3 bumps going down. The middle one usually sticks up the most when you make a fist. You know, ignore my plaster. So it like sticks up the most. Like this one usually sticks up like highest on a knuckle. So right, so that's that, and then comes down to his little finger down here. And then we'll add fingers as we go down. So like one here, kind of like L shapes. Middle finger, like that. So each one is kind of in front of the last one. And then this one comes down and around like this, and around and into there. And then move the thumb. Like so. Maybe with a line in there. And now we have to make it look like this floating hand is attached to his body somehow. So we'll do, so his sleeve, right? So his sleeve kind of wraps around this way, goes to his elbow point, and it'll go around, down into here. And kind of comes up to about there, and then his dark section of his sleeve, you know, the long flowing section, because he's moving this way, so the wind is blowing that back that way, so it's going to point back this way. I know it's counterintuitive, but he's moving this way, so fabric will go the opposite way. And then it kind of comes in, touches his hand here, and it's like red inside. So that means that's the inside of his sleeve, so we should be able to see some of the inside of his hand. So then this comes back here. The black section kind of joins in there. And then we can see some of the inside of his arm, just going back in towards his sleeve here. Go back into his clothes, and then it'll go back up towards his shoulder. And of course he's wearing a big cloak, so we can't see like triceps or biceps or anything. We can just see bumps for his clothing, folds. So like one mountain there. It's like a mountain range. Two, and another one. Like so. Easy peasy. So that's pain, right? We'll go over and do Naruto. So we'll start with Naruto's nose again. We'll do that L shape, go in the opposite direction. Naruto's head is slightly lower than Pain's. So his Naruto's eye is probably, yeah, Naruto's eye is like in line with the middle of Pain's nose. So just there. So his nose is a bit lower as well. So we do that L shape, curve it around back into there, right? So it's like maybe, you could be higher or lower, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just trying to be specific. So kind of in line with his mouth, maybe the bottom of Naruto's nose. And then his brow comes up to there. Top lip comes down. His mouth is open, so it's different to Pain's. He's like gritting his teeth. So this will come back like so. And then that open mouth section wraps around, kind of like a letter C, a real square, so the letter C going that way, pointing down. And you'll have a line for teeth, just like in there. And then his bottom lip come out, curve around, back like that. So the angle is going back this way now. So that's the sort of angle you want to be at, probably 45 degrees or that. So it's going back that way, and the nose is going up this way. And then chin goes in, stops about there because it meets his shoulder, so we can't see the bottom of his jaw. And then the other side of his teeth, just there. And a nostril. Beep. So kind of like Pain, his headband is real long, so it's going to go so longer than you'd think, because we need room for his ear. So his eye then, so it's just in here. So we'll actually do his eyebrow first, because he's like frowning real hard. So it goes up like that, like a tick. And then make it a bit thicker just on this side. And then his top eyelid line will come out from there, back like so, and it's going to curve down around like this. Bit trickier than Payne's one. Payne's was just like an arrow going that way, but this one is like a curving sort of angular letter C or something like this, and it's like pointing down. So Naruto's head is like it's facing the ground more than Payne's one is, but Naruto's looking up. It's like he's about to headbutt him. And we have a line just for his like where his eye touches his cheek, just there. So big iris line then. So it's like an bottom of an oval. So the eye is like turned to the side. So it's not like a circle. It's like an oval just there. And so he's in sort of sage mode. So his pupil is long. Kind of like that. And you can thicken up the top eyelids. And of course, that section around his eye when he's in sage mode, so it's red, coloured red usually, and it's not really drawn in with a black line. But if you want, I'll just draw it with a black line so you can see where it is. It's all black in the manga, but in this in the anime it's just red, orangey kind of red. But I'll draw it in just so you can see where it is. Right, so the line. So just so we can get where the rest of his head is. So the line for his shoulder, just like here, and it curves back like that. And then might have another line just there, and then this comes up for the back of his collar, and it goes off my page that way. So then the line for his jaw is just here. That means his ear is just above it. So if you feel your jaw goes into your ear, so his ear lobe will be here. And this will go right up to the top where his headband is. That's where the top of his ear will be. And then it comes down to a hair spike like that. And then back in to the rest of his side hair, just there. And then we add bones and ligaments inside the ears. So the easiest way is always just like a letter J kind of thing. Like that. And then the rest of his hair comes down this way, just spiking back. Remember, don't worry if your hair is slightly different. Hair moves, goes in all different sorts of directions. Once you get it sort of spiky like that, you shouldn't be too bad. And then this comes up under the headband. And then of course he has his normal, that's like his sage cloth, the red area. And then he has that black bumpy polo neck sort of collar that he wears. Going this way, and it comes up and over, kind of in bumps and troughs, peaks and valleys, like that. And then we'll do the rest of the headband. So, comes up like so, a little bit just like Payne's, so we can see the metal part, the metal plate, just here. Like so. Some studs holding it on. And we can see nothing of the leaf village symbol, maybe just the tip of the beak just there, but very little. And then his headband comes back like that. And we'll bring it back like this. And just like Pain, he has spikes of hair coming down. So like that so far. Maybe and the small one sticking off here, and then the back of his headband, like there. Oh, and I forgot his cheek marks. So like 1, 2, 3. It's not Naruto without those cheek marks. So the rest of his hair then, so like Pain, we'll spike one out here. And then we'll go up and around. Naruto has slightly more smaller ones. Pain's are longer. Like that. And then we'll bring him back. Just a zigzag sort of pattern. Like so. And then the headband. There. And the other piece going off that way. Right, so his arm is kind of coming across his chest. So we'll do the rest of his shoulder and then we'll do the arm, right? So this comes down that way. Might have a line flowing back this way. And then this is kind of bumping, waving back like this. So it's kind of like Pain's thing here. Oh, I forgot actually the bottom of that. So the bottom of his sleeve goes back into there. Nice one. Well done. So it's kind of like Naruto's one. It's a big open sleeve. So it's like real wide. And he's going this way, so the wind is blowing it that way. So it points back like so. Comes up to about there. And his arm, his elbow is going to come out of it. So like maybe here. Like that. Before we do that, I'll just finish his torso while we're over here. Down and off my page there. And you'll have the side of that sleeve going back up into his shoulder, some fold lines for his clothing, going that way. And one more line going there. Oh, and his neck. Back of his neck, you can just see a tiny little bit of it up there. So then his hand is like going that way. It's like across his body. So we'll do the elbow and then bring it around. So this goes around, up, kind of bumps a bit, and then comes around here. And the line for his, so that's like the top of his sleeve, and the line for his bicep will come this way, somewhere. Like that. So that line's going like into the crook of his elbow. Just there. And then you could have like another fold line just here. And the top of his wrist sleeve area just here. So like I said, the hand is moving away. So it's a bit of a tricky hand position because, you know, you don't often like look at hands from the back that much. So easiest way to do this. Let's say the index finger, right? So we're right underneath his nose. So you're just gonna add like a square sort of shape, like this, underneath his nose. That's like the bent knuckle for his index finger. And it kind of sticks out here and comes back in there. It's gonna curve back towards his thumb, up and over, like that. And then these knuckles are kind of spread apart a little bit. And then we'll bring it up, over, back into there. So 2 more knuckles. So 1 here. And 1 down like so. I think that is everything. Is it? Yeah. How to draw Naruto or Naruto, depending on where you're from, versus pain. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.